punto, però mi sa che non ci arrivo off live. Cioè, non posso stare a perdere tempo qui, Se manca mezz'ora così non ce la faccio. Se ricrasha continuo off live fino a quel punto. Ti dirò poi, Min, com'è stata la mia reazione. Questo è l'ultimo tentativo perché mi sono un po' rotta poi, Allora.
Error. Unauthorized access. Initiating facility lockdown. Stay out.
What's going on?
Ma... non vedo un cazzo.
Well, at least the emergency lights work. What just
Ora
happened?
vedo.
Minerva's definitely here. And I think it's trying to keep us
Questo è l'ultimo tentativo. Se ricrasha, e sicuramente ricrasherà perché tanto la team ha problemi con Twitch, secondo me. Se ricrasha, prova ad arrivarci off live, poi ti farò sapere, Min.
Ok.
We'll be right here if you need us.
Perché mi sono un po' rotta di fa così, sinceramente. Allora, forziamo la porta. Io vorrei arrivare solo a quel punto, almeno. Ma già che non mi cambia il titolo, ti fa capire che ha problemi. Ma è Twitch il problema, non è la wifi, perché la wifi funziona. E già ieri mi dava problemi, anche ieri, ecco. È già un paio di giorni che mi dà problemi Team con Twitch. Porca miseria. Che devo fare? Trampino? Devo andare là. No.
Are you doing okay, Zoe?
Sì, un attimo, sto cercando di capire dove andare. Non credo che ci arrivi
No.
se mi butto.
All this. Minerva.
Proviamo?
Festus.
Tanto.
Gaia. This is what will help heal Plainsong?
It's hard to explain. I mean,
Poi
I
andiamo
barely
là.
understand it, but yeah. It's what Aloy's been looking for this whole time.
Vediamo se riusciamo. Io voglio raggiungere almeno quel punto, dai, almeno quel punto lì. Che io poi, se io sto dietro alle live, io non lo finirò mai Horizon. Ma non capisco se è un problema di Horizon, se è un problema di Twitch con Team, ma penso che sia proprio un problema di Team con Twitch di nuovo.
Okay.
Tanto per cambiare. Perché la wifi non mi dà problemi su altri posti. Qua c'è solo con Twitch mi dà problemi. Dai, io vorrei almeno arrivare a quel punto in live, poi fa un culo, poi continuiamo un altro giorno. Tanto dopo oggi penso che la prossima live sarà mercoledì sera.
Sorry. You're not getting rid of me that easily, Minerva.
Però vorrei almeno arrivare a quel punto. Mi piacerebbe tanto. Mi piacerebbe arrivarci in live in realtà.
Might be a way out of this shaft.
Il problema è che siamo fuori.
And I'm outside. I need to find a way back into the facility.
Ma siamo fuori.
Higher up the mountain.
Tu tra l'altro Minne sei sempre a farmare, sei andato un po', a parte no, da ieri sera poi hai dormito. Tu sei sempre lì. Arriviamo al tuo punto così poi puoi andare avanti tu. Allora.
Close. If I can get Minerva to cooperate, I can merge it with Gaia. Finally bring her back.
Ma tanto io dopo questa live la prossima la faccio mercoledì sera. Tra l'altro ho dei punti abilità da usare. Ma oggi vai avanti, perfetto. Magari i punti abilità li usiamo dopo, che se crasha la live almeno arriviamo a quel punto. Allora, da qua dove cazzo devo andare? Ma poi se perdo tempo a capire dove devo andare, che cazzo? No, non ci arriva là. Allora. Ma io da qua non posso andare da nessuna parte. forse devo scendere. Sì. Non qua. Qua. Oh. Poi di... Qua c'è qualcosa da prendere. Sì, però. Allora. Permesso. Capiamo dove devo andare un attimo, perché se no non facciamo un cazzo. Allora. No, devo andare lì, ma una volta lì. Da qua? Ma da qua? No, da qua. Dove cazzo devo andare da qui? Forse di qua? Ok. E da qui? E da qui. Da qui. Da qui. Da qui. Ma non sale più di qua? Come no? Vai lì. Oh, brava. Poi premi RDM. Sì, lo so. Brava. Qua. Di qua. Sali su. Voilà. Vai, allora arriviamo al punto tuo, così anche se crash, tanto di qui a mercoledì ti do il tempo. Voilà. No, devo prendere quel coso, aspetta. Aspetta. I punti abilità li mettiamo dopo, arriviamo a quel punto. Finché ce la facciamo. Perché voglio farlo in live quel punto, voglio farti vedere anche a te la reazione. Allora, da qua.
Pipes up there. Might lead me to a way back in. But how to reach them?
Seguendo cosa? Questi tubi? Qua. Perfetto. Mamma mia. Che potenza.
Okay, now I've got to find a way to plug into this place.
Allora. Caliamoci qua.
Alert. System core penetrated.
Vai. Ma c'è una boss fight, un'altra boss fight per caso?
I need the console.
Prima del punto, dico, Prima del... No! Di incazzarsi ancora di più, di
It didn't
scoprire.
used to be like this. Do you remember it? Anything? You were part of something bigger once. Something good.
Però io devo capire qual è il problema con Twitch, perché non mi cambia nemmeno il titolo, neanche dal telefono. Secondo me è un problema di Twitch. Cioè è sicuro un problema di Twitch, ma non so cosa, se è un problema di Twitch con Team, se è un problema di Twitch generale, non ne ho idea.
I think you'll disappear into her. Become part of her. Like you used to be.
Io voglio fare una stream decente, ma...
Yes. Thank you, Minerva.
Prego, prego.
Elizabeth Sobek. Alpha Prime.
Non è vero, non sei Elizabeth.
Restoring Minerva function to original code.
Sì, ma ieri ho fatto bene a staccare, perché guarda quanto mi mancava. Cioè, ieri alla fine ho staccato a mezzanotte, ma adesso siamo andati avanti un'ora. Cioè, se avessi continuato fino a scoprire il punto clou ieri, avrei fatto la finale alle 2. Meno male ci sono i salvataggi automatici.
Greetings, Dr. Sobek. A moment. Scanning data.
Tutta la nostra storia. Guarda lì.
So it is Aloy.
Ecco,
Not Elizabeth. We
beccata.
have much to discuss, but initialization of my heuristic matrix will not be complete for several minutes more. In the meantime, I suggest you familiarize yourself with this facility. It is our best option for a base of operations, and you can make use of its equipment to improve your ability to override machines.
Yeah. Yeah, that sounds good.
Shall I grant access to your companions?
Sì.
They will be here shortly.
Fai tutte
Ok,
le domande
but-
possibili, ok?
Don't overwhelm them, okay? They don't have a lot of experience with things like... well, you.
Mi si è incastrata la collana. Ma guardate come si incastra.
So no fake this time?
No. This time she's real. Laurel, Zoe. This is Gaia.
Hello.
Nice to meet you.
Hi.
Hi. Gaia's still, waking up. Let's look around.
I will highlight the location of the lab on your focus. I have established a network between your focuses, allowing you to communicate when apart.
Good. So what was this place?
A regional control center, where Zero Dawn progeny would have overseen terraforming operations in the area. I suggest you explore this facility, Aloy.
Ah, ma non devo parlare
Until
con Gaia, là.
initialization is complete. You will be able to
No,
improve your
ok.
machine override
Doveva andare là, ok.
capabilities in the lab.
Non è ancora arrivato il momento di fare domande. Appena ci sarà quel momento facciamo tutte le domande possibili e
This was
immaginabili.
intended as the main gathering space for control center operatives.
So this was supposed to be the lab.
That was its intended purpose. Some of the machine data you recovered from the repair bay below us appears to be corrupted. Accessing the terminal in this room will show you how to repair and complete the override.
I'll take a look.
Non la posso creare. Ma dai, risorse insufficienti una sega. Cosa mi manca? Il corno di Aratopo. Ma è...
Huh. Looks like I need data from machine parts to fix the corrupted override.
My initialization is complete. You may continue to explore the facility, Aloy.
Che palle! Che cazzo dobbiamo prendere adesso? Dove dobbiamo andare a prendere queste cose? Ma guarda te.
Maybe it's time to talk to Gaia.
I'll leave you to it.
Parliamo con Gaia, andiamo. Siamo pronti, Min. Facciamo tutte le domande e voilà.
Hello, Aloy.
Ciao.
Hi. So you're ready?
Yes. Initialization is complete. All tests show that my heuristic matrix launched correctly and is stable. You must have many questions.
Yeah,
Già.
but two big ones first.
Allora, io prima di questo farei gli sconosciuti, perché almeno scopriamo chi cazzo sono. Tanto le possiamo fare tutte e due perché nessuna di queste è principale, tipo, quindi... Prima chiediamo chi sono quegli stronzi. Dai, scopriamo chi sono quegli stronzi. Dai, vamonos.
Maybe you can help me make sense of something. A while ago, I had a run-in with a group of strangers who tried to kill me. They had machine servitors and a clone of Elizabeth Sobek with them.
Yes, this was recorded by your focus.
Quelli, esatto, chi cazzo sono? Allora, lei era Elizabeth, cioè era un clone di Elizabeth,
The
l'avevo
answer to
vista.
that question is related to the extinction signal that woke Hades, prompting my predecessor's self-destruction.
The extinction signal? Okay, that sounds ominous.
The signal did not come from Earth, Aloy. The calculations are complicated, but it appears to have originated 81 trillion kilometers away.
Minchia. Un po' lontano.
A distance so vast that light itself requires 8.611 years to cross it.
Okay, so what's so far away and why does it want us dead?
The Sirius star system.
Sirius? But that's where Far Zenith, their ship.
The Odyssey.
Yes, that's where it was headed. But it blew up. Unless... I don't... Why make it seem like they failed? They didn't want anyone to know. They didn't want future humans to think that they were out there. Wait. The strangers who tried to kill me at the Hades Proving Lab? The ones with the clone? Are you saying that they're from... that they're descendants of... Far Zenith?
Yes, that is my conclusion.
Ah. Ah, bene. Beh, funzioni straordinarie.
We're not gonna be able to fix the biosphere without making you whole. I ran a search for your subfunctions at the Hades Proving Lab, but Minerva was the only one I found.
Thankfully, the sensory capabilities of this facility are far more advanced. I will search for the others now. Transmitting query pattern. Receiving. Of Apollo, Artemis, and Eleuthia, I can find no trace. They are simply gone.
Così.
What about the
Boom.
others?
Ether, Demeter, and Poseidon are revealed. They lie within reach, procurable.
Andiamo a rompergli i coglioni, visto che li abbiamo raggiunti, sono raggiungibili, andiamo a rompergli i coglioni.
And Hephaestus?
It too stands revealed, but it is not like the others.
That's for sure.
In the years since the extinction signal, Hephaestus has evolved. Moreover, it is not confined to a single location. It haunts the global network that connects cauldrons to each other across the planet, making it exceptionally difficult to subdue.
Let me guess. We need it bad?
Correct. Its capabilities are essential. Without it, I can only delay the extinction of life on Earth. Hephaestus is our only hope of a permanent solution.
So we start there?
Unfortunately, we cannot. Procuring Hephaestus can only be attempted after my own capabilities have been significantly enhanced.
Grab the other subordinate functions first, then Hephaestus.
Precisely so.
So, Ether, Demeter, and Poseidon. How do I capture them?
To recover a subordinate function, you will have to travel to its location and find the physical processor to which it escaped. Then, exactly as you did with Minerva, you must use the master override to revert the subordinate function to its original code state.
And then how do I get it back here?
The subordinate function must be loaded onto a data storage device and physically carried back to this facility.
The cartridge your root kernel was stored on?
Yes. Its capacity is limited, so it can only carry one subordinate function at a time. But in all other respects, it will suffice.
Allora, domandiamo, prima di arrivare qua facciamo tutte le domande sugli Zenith. Porca miseria, ma porca puttana, quante ce n'è? Maiala? Ma siamo
The descendants I
impazziti?
ran into at the Hades Proving Lab, they had a clone of Elizabeth Sobek. So that's consistent with the idea that they came here to salvage Zero Dawn technologies, right?
Yes. As your own experience demonstrates, the clone of Elizabeth Sobek functions in effect as a key to the terraforming system.
But how could they have made a clone?
The Odyssey carried approximately 200,000 human zygotes, millions of animal zygotes, and billions of plant seeds. It is conceivable that Elizabeth Sobek's genetic material was sampled, with or without her knowledge, and carried aboard the ship in storage.
That's... okay, but... I mean... This clone... How could she participate in this? Destroying Elizabeth's dream? It's evil.
It is difficult to know. Perhaps she is loyal to the group and shares their objectives. Or perhaps she is a subordinate and has no choice but to comply with their orders.
Elizabeth Sobek, a subordinate?
Però non sembrava molto contenta di essere dalla loro parte quel clone, eh? Cioè, sembrava un po' costretta in effetti. Facciamo il piano dei discendenti, va?
The sole purpose of the signal was to destroy life on Earth, right? Why would descendants of Far Zenith want to do that?
At this point, we can only speculate.
I mean, Earth posed no threat to them. We don't have the technology to get in their way. We didn't even know about them.
True.
Unless... well... could it be that they want the planet for themselves? The strangers I ran into,
che
they were
egoisti
after
del
a Gaia
cazzo.
backup of their own. I mean, if they did that... if they booted their own Gaia and boosted her power... until she could take control of Hephaestus. And then the whole terraforming system.
Then yes, the system could be used to do what the extinction signal failed to accomplish. Snuff out life, and then potentially to build an entirely new biosphere, to their specifications.
So they could be trying to do the same thing we are.
But with opposite results.
Extinction. Instead of salvation.
Ma pezzi di merda.
Well, this is not good.
Lo so che non va bene, no, non lo so, vuoi anche che vada bene? Capito io. Ah, beh. Abbiamo una nuova domanda. Ma quante domande? Qui ci stiamo un'ora a fare tutto.
Really far from Earth.
81 trillion kilometers, or 8.611 light years.
Right. So, how would the descendants have gotten here?
On a spacecraft much like the Odyssey, though significantly more advanced. The journey from Earth to Sirius would have taken the Odyssey almost 300 years. This appears to have been much faster. If their ship departed Sirius at the same moment the extinction signal first began transmitting, the journey was made in just 20 minutes at an average of 0.297 the speed of light. If they did not set out for Earth until they learned of the
Hanno
extinction
messo un
signal's
botto di
failure,
meno.
the journey was even faster, a mere 13 years, or 0.662 the speed of light.
Okay, enough. You're making my head spin.
E il segnale e le altre funzioni
The
subordinate.
extinction signal didn't just wake Hades. It made every subordinate function self-aware. Why?
I have wondered this myself. So far as I can tell, Hades was the sole target, and the partial sentience imparted to other subordinate functions was incidental.
So the signal could only have been sent by someone who had thorough knowledge of the system, huh?
Yes. The signal's design was exceptionally precise and highly advanced. Were its intentions less malevolent, I would admire the intellect or intellects that produced it.
Tecnologia for Zenith.
So if the descendants came to Earth on a spaceship, I guess we can assume that their technology is powerful in all sorts of ways, right?
Yes. As your encounter with them at the Proving Lab amply demonstrates, they appear to make extensive use of robotic servitors. Further, they seem to be equipped with some kind of protective energy field that shields them from harm.
Sì,
No kidding.
esatto.
The one I fought seemed indestructible.
E non è ancora morto.
Throughout history, every defensive technology has eventually been defeated by an offensive counterpart.
Grazie.
Perhaps a way can be found to defeat their shielding.
Sarebbe molto bello, sì.
Or I'm not going to be winning fights against them anytime soon.
Beh, diciamo che non è molto una battaglia alla pari, non sarebbe se non scopriamo come disattivare quel scudo. Come hai rintracciato il segnale?
How did you figure out that the extinction signal came from Sirius?
The key came with data on your focus. From silence
Oh, ma basta
interrogation of
stalkerare tutto col
Hades.
mio focus.
The duration of the signal itself, 17.22 years.
That doesn't make sense. You said that the signal took 8.6 years to arrive from
Cioè, non ci ho
Sirius.
messo-
Why would the signal keep transmitting after it was received and you blew yourself up?
Because the sender didn't know that had happened until it received notice from Hades.
Which would take another 8.6 years to get back.
Correct. Only then would the sender stop broadcasting, after a total of 17.22 years. So the duration, halved, gave me the distance the signal traveled. With that in mind, I simply scanned my astronomical database for any relevant location 8.6 light years away. Because it was Far Zenith's intended destination, Sirius was the only logical source.
Passiamo a un altro argomento. Allora, domande sulle funzioni subordinate e la biosfera. Facciamo biosfera prima, vai.
What is the state of the biosphere? Is the terraforming system functioning at all?
In a sense, the terraforming system never stopped functioning. The difference, since my predecessor's destruction, is that there has been no central governing intelligence to monitor its robotic agents and assign new tasks. As a result, errors have accrued, and day by day, the biosphere has gradually veered ever more sharply towards destruction. In recent months, disturbances in the biosphere have become obvious. But these bellwether phenomena offer just the merest glimpse of the complex and accelerating cycles of environmental dysfunction, now driving Earth's biosphere towards collapse.
and you can't do anything to stop it.
If you can return Ether, Poseidon, and Demeter to me, I can improvise modest corrections to parts of the system. Weather will improve, water will be purified,
Sì, e quanto
and
durerà?
rampant plant growth curtailed. But such corrections will not stave off collapse. They will only buy us time.
Appunto.
Only
Quanto
with
tempo, però?
Hephaestus can I design and produce new robotic agents designed to permanently reverse the damage that has accumulated. All efforts must be directed toward that end.
Ma allora andiamo a cercare prima Efesto, no? Invece di andare a cercare prima quell'altro, no? Capito. Funzioni subordinate, la Madonna. No, non indietro.
The 3 subordinate functions that you detected. What do we know about them?
Non
All 3 are
possono.
relevant to problems currently plaguing the biosphere. Ether is responsible for detoxifying the atmosphere and moderating the weather.
Metti riguardo Efesto, ok? Dopo lo
Controls
metto.
the organic and chemical composition of water resources. Demeter sows, fertilizes, and tends to plant life. If all 3 were restored to me, they would constitute a massive increase to my heuristic processing density. But beware. Their responses to my query pattern were irregular. In human terms, they are frightened, lost, and paranoid.
Like Minerva. They need to be whole again.
Exactly.
Completiamo. Allora, riguardo Efesto. Eccolo qua.
You said you need Hephaestus to save life from extinction. Why?
Every subordinate function has value, but Hephaestus is by far the most important. Only by recovering and merging it can I regain my ability to design and mass-produce new machines at cauldrons across the planet. Only through it can I program new machines and alter the tasking of existing machines to completely reverse environmental damage. Recovering other subordinate functions may buy us time, but without Hephaestus, I cannot permanently stave off mass extinction.
Perché non reprimere subito... esatto, perché non reprimere subito Efesto?
Given Hephaestus' importance, is there really no way to capture and merge it first?
Accopparli.
I'm afraid that is quite impossible.
Sì, ma
In my
perché?
present state, launched and merged with Minerva, I am operating at less than 1/5, 18.8% of my intended processing capacity. Hephaestus dwarfs this figure. Were an attempt made to conduct the merge under these circumstances, Hephaestus would absorb me rather than the other way around. A merge cannot be attempted until my heuristic processing density exceeds its own.
Quindi dobbiamo catturare
And how
prima
many
quell'altro in
subordinate
modo che
functions
lei
is that
si
going to
potenzi,
take?
diciamo.
Merging Ether, Demeter, and Poseidon will expand my heuristic network to 41.6% capacity, exceeding that of Hephaestus.
Ecco perché non possiamo catturare Efesto. Come
You
intrappoliamo
said
Efesto poi?
Hephaestus isn't located in just one place.
Correct. Unlike the other subordinate
Ormai
functions which
finiamo
are
tutta la
confined
parte
to
di
discrete
Efesto.
physical processors, Hephaestus is distributed throughout the global network that connects the planet's cauldrons.
So, when the time comes to subdue it, how do we make that happen?
I do not know.
Ah, bene.
While you
Yeah.
are retrieving the procurable subordinate functions, I will attempt to find a solution.
Perfetto. Puoi aiutarci a sconfiggere quegli stronzi?
So, once Hephaestus has been recovered and merged, you'll regain the capacity to mass-produce machines at cauldrons around the world.
Yes, and to program their behavioral routines, or even control them directly.
So, could you build an army of machines? Attack the descendants of Far Zenith and take them out?
Dimmi di sì.
It is in my nature to take any and all necessary steps to preserve life on Earth, human life above all. So yes, once I have been empowered with the capacities of Hephaestus, I could design, build, and command such an army. Given the nature of the far's
sarebbe male.
threat, doing so may be our only option. I must admit, however, that I have misgivings about using such technology to kill, no matter how aggressive the enemy.
That's good. It means you have a conscience. As Elizabeth intended.
Indeed.
Perfetto, ci manca funzioni subordinate mancanti.
The missing subordinate functions. What can you tell me about them?
Artemis rewilded the Earth with a variety of animal species. Eleuthia was responsible for gestating, nurturing, and acculturating a new generation of human beings. Apollo was tasked with preserving, organizing, and disseminating vast archives of human knowledge and cultural achievements. Unfortunately, all archived Apollo data was purged on the 2nd of February, 2066, by order of Ted Farrow.
Pharaoh, huh? I really hate that guy.
Understandable. He appears to have been pathologically narcissistic, impulsive, and unstable.
All 3 of the missing functions have already served their purpose, or were prevented from doing so. Do you still need them?
If attainable, yes. Restoring their remaining elements would increase my heuristic processing density. Unfortunately, I have no way to track them. They have disappeared without a trace.
Ahia, mi sono fatta male. Ah, ci manca quanto tempo abbiamo? Prima non c'era questa domanda.
How long do we have then?
At present rates, without additional factors, the biosphere will cross a point of no return in approximately 4 months.
And if I gather Ether, Demeter, Poseidon, merge you with them?
We will only gain a few months more.
Well, every bit counts.
Almeno un po' di mesi. Bene. Andiamo. Iniziamo.
I guess I should get going and start bringing back subordinate functions.
Beh.
What can you tell me about their locations?
When my predecessor destroyed herself, the subordinate functions sought physical processors capable of holding them. So in each case you will be looking for a powerful computer of some kind. Ether is the closest, and therefore might be the easiest to acquire.
Bene.
However,
Cosa?
it appears to be in the middle of Tanakh territory. My knowledge of that tribe is limited to data I read out of Focus, but they seem to have a significant inclination towards violence.
Well, that's a nice way to put it. What about Poseidon and Demeter?
Poseidon has taken shelter in the desert south of this location. My substratal geography data indicates that a major old-world settlement called Las Vegas was located there.
Las
A
Vegas.
ruin in the middle of the desert, huh? Strange place for an AI devoted to water.
Agreed. As for Demeter, it appears to be located on the coast to the far west. Unfortunately, I am unable to provide any relevant data about the region. As such, it may be the most difficult to retrieve.
Bene.
Okay, so 3 subordinate functions to go after. Ether, somewhere in Tanakh's territory. Poseidon in the desert, and Demeter on the coast.
Where will you begin?
Oh, precise. E tanto, no, deserto, costa, no, siamo lì, cioè, un deserto è piccolino, giusto 3 metri, no? Allora, livello... Ma questo è il livello richiesto, immagino. Ma direi che dobbiamo farmare un po', prima di fare ste cose.
If you obtain it, I may be able to use it to quell the most severe storms in the region.
Non so ora a che livello siamo arrivati, però...
Hephaestus and the control over machines that it offers to permanently stabilize the biosphere. Should you change your mind...
Giusto un po', sì, penso di essere a livello 11, forse 12, non mi ricordo, ma...
I will also transmit
direi di sì, di livellare un po'.
data on all of the subordinate functions to you for reference. Is there anything else I can help you with? I know you have a great deal to accomplish.
I do, don't I?
Nel primo non c'era tutto sto bisogno di fare i secondari, però per i livelli delle principali, Qua mi sa di sì con questa roba.
I don't know. It's just that Elizabeth set the bar pretty high. She had a dream for you, for life on Earth, and a lot has gone wrong, and it's all on my shoulders to fix it. Do you think I can do it all? Repair the
Ma
system?
sì, dai, che ce la facciamo!
Live up to her example?
Ce la facciamo, sì!
Absolutely.
Grande
In
Gaia.
last message, my predecessor declared her unwavering conviction in your success. In you, all things are possible. You prevailed in purging Hades and rebooting my system core.
Che è successo?
You will prevail in this.
Thank you, Gaia. Well, I guess I should get going.
I
Bene.
have unlocked the facility's exits.
Grazie,
One
grazie,
leads
molto
onward to the
gentile,
rift.
tesoro, grazie
The
mille.
other leads back down the mountain to Plainsong, should you wish to return east.
Varl?
Whoa! Gonna have to get used to that. That's you, Aloy?
Yeah. Gaia's opened the exits to this place. Can you and Zoe meet me by the west door?
Be right there.
A ovest. Siamo di livello 12, quasi 13. Tra l'altro c'ho anche dei punti abilità da spendere, direi che li spendiamo. Porca. Allora, quanti ne ho? 3 da spendere. Allora, io ne spenderei uno su superstite. Però aspetta, perché questi richiedono 2 punti. Tu sei al 20? Ah, boh, ma tu hai livellato, hai fatto un sacco di secondarie, io no. Generazione con salute bassa, ricoprire... Mi piace questa, la prendiamo. Così ci facciamo queste, piano piano, Poi adesso ne mettiamo... ne abbiamo uno, perché questa costa... Ma ne avevamo 3 punti abilità. Costava 2 quella, bastardo. Allora adesso la buttiamo qua, l'altra. Dove non ce n'è, costano 2. E che cazzo? Perché costano 2? Tutto 2 deve costare ora. Ticchi di merda. Oh. No, io voglio andare giù di qua. Voglio prendermi queste cose qua, voglio arrivare a fare questo. Non posso prendermele però. Scusa. Fino a qua le abbiamo prese, però devo prendere... non posso, costano 2. Dai, ma costano 2! Ma guarda come sono... Ma siete di bastardi. Costano 2, mi serve un altro punto abilità. Ma vada te, cos'è quel coso? Cos'è questo?
Gaia? What is this?
It is a control console for a drone-based imaging system connected to this dome. I will transmit the relevant data to your focus.
So this Cyclops is a network of drones to monitor the deteriorating biosphere conditions. Anymore. If I find the drones out in the wilds, I could get the data from them, use it to reconnect them and restore the display.
Minchia, no, è calata la connessione, ma strano, vabbè dai, almeno siamo arrivati al punto, andiamo a un salvataggio, a sto punto non la rifaccio ripartire, che in realtà facciamo voci senza video, voci senza video finché non salvo. Dai, ha durato 44 minuti, dai.
I could head back east first.
Va bene, allora facciamo voce fino a che non trovo un salvataggio e continuiamo prossima volta. Peccato, perché mi sarebbe piaciuto continuare, però se non funziona... Non lo so, che faccio? Provo a riavviarla, magari facciamo un po' di secondari... Che devo fare qua? Oh? Esplora la base, non ce ne frega un cazzo. Ma se dura così poco, che ore sono le 11. Magari le secondarie ve le faccio un po' off live per livellare. Intanto vado a un salvataggio. Facciamo voci senza video. Ho un po' rotto il cazzo però sta connessione di merda, un po' tanto.
I need to head further west. To, get more of Gaia's components. Make her stronger. You two can stay here in the meantime. And Gaia can help get you
No,
up to
devo fare un
speed.
po' di secondarie però. Per livellare un pochino.
I'm not trying to shut you out. This, it's like training.
Non so neanche quante volte ho riavviato la live oggi.
Bring him here. Look, allies, friends can help. We have a place to stay now. And like you said, Gaia can teach us, catch us up. It'll be okay.
Okay. Take these then.
Aia, ho preso la scossa con
One
la
to wear,
sigaretta.
one for backup.
Are you going with him?
No.
Dai, vediamo se riusciamo a riavviarla l'ultima volta. Almeno facciamo un'altra mezz'oretta, un'altra 40 di minuti. Poi stacchiamo. Vado prima in bagno però. Arrivo.
Looking forward to it. When will you be back?
I'm not sure. But hopefully I'll have one of Gaia's missing components with me.
Be careful out there. Even in Plainsong, we heard how the Tenakth clanlands are suffering from storms, machines, and now Regala.
Don't worry about me. I'll be fine.
Good hunting, Aloy.
The Tenakth clanlands. Somewhere out there's 3 Gaia sub-functions. And who knows what else.
Allora,
Snow crunch under my boots.
proviamo a vedere se per l'ultima volta riusciamo a fare un'altra mezz'oretta di live, facciamo un po' di secondarie insieme e poi stacchiamo. Però provo, se no fanculo.